Hello guys, I'm Evelyn. We also have Stella and Jen in our group. The topic of our presentation today is second-hand culture. Actually, since we have been in Australia, I feel like we have been exposed to second-hand culture a lot, with all the vintage shops, furnitures on street corners, and Facebook groups about second-hand goods. All of this give us a taste of what second culture is all about. So let me start by quickly taking you through the background of second-hand culture in Australia. Second-hand culture is a culture where people buy used goods to satisfy their needs because of their finances, interests, and personal values. Second-hand culture is so popular in Australia that its market is valued at around $34 billion, and around 89% of Australians have sold and bought second-hand goods. Each household has about $4,800 in unwanted items. Australians prefer to buy second-hand books, and they usually go about selling and buying second-hand goods when they are spring cleaning and moving house. Next, there are many forms of second-hand trading in Australia, from marketplaces, online platforms, and offline shops. Gumtree and Facebook as one of the more common platforms. For international students, WeChat would be easier to use. Usually second-hand transactions between international students. Now let me hand over to Jen.
Hello everyone, my name is Jen, and I will continue my presentation next to the section of secondary research. And in the course of our research, we gathered sites to completely new issues through the analysis of user behavior and motivation. And we researched more than 6 literature and their content, and finally decided to start with the behavior of the second-hand group. And we analyzed their initial reasons for buying second-hand product, the purpose of their behavior, such as a part of economy, which see it as economical and affordable, and more environmentalist, which see it as an environmentally suitable way of shopping. The meaning most and some follow closely behind, which makes the second-hand group increasingly stronger. And we have also analyzed the buying motivation of the youth group. First and foremost, because of their cheap price, and the results are based on the social, economic, and demographic and individual physiological factors, and so on. And for example, whether the quality of the goods is graded, and whether it is possible to offer the user a high-quality product, whether the second-hand community is socially accepted, and whether it is possible to expand their community, and whether it is safe to buy and sell a second-hand product on the website, and the new questions to be solved as a result of the secondary research. And this means that we can use this issue to improve the design of the product or final product. Now let me hand over to Stella.
Okay, thank you. After that, I will introduce the 3 personas we created. Actually, the inspiration of the first persona is ourselves, because we just came to Sydney, we need to buy lots of furniture. We will also consider second-hand furniture because the price is lower. So the first persona is a Chinese overseas student, and she likes to buy second-hand furniture, but her problem is inconvenient to transport this furniture. And according to an article published by Lane and others in 2009, women over 65 years old are more active in buying and selling secondhand goods. So we established a 65 years old female environmentalist, but she is not very good at looking for the secondhand market online. So the lack of information is her frustration. The third persona is that according to an article published by Lane and others in 2009, families with children are the most active participants in second-hand households. So we have established a middle-aged man with a daughter. Next is a design challenge. According to the article published by Mazzella in 2015, the second-hand market is mostly informal, not regulated like the new commodity market. So firstly, the outside world has different voice and some stereotypes about second-hand goods. Secondly, the safety of face-to-face trading of second-hand goods. Thirdly, the hygiene and cleanliness of second-hand items. Fourth, the lack of information in the second-hand market has led to the lack of formal channel for consumers to get more information. And next is our design brief. My design direction is visual identify. Firstly, there will be a logo, then there will be business cards, brochures, and clothes and socks produced for the vintage culture. Then in the environmental science system, I want to design architectural science for second-hand cultural and trading markets, as well as billboards and trucks and so on, because I wanted to create a visual identity both online and in real life to increase the identifiability and the sense of belonging to second-hand culture. It will be attract consumers to quickly find second-hand markets and more potential users.
The main target of my design is the individual second-hand seller or buyer. I believe there are two main pain points for this group of people. Firstly, the quality of the goods and the money transactions are not guaranteed. And secondly, there may be some risk in face-to-face communication. Therefore, this design is to provide a platform for offline transactions between a buyer and sellers. I will focus on solving these two problems by first using an online platform. When the buyer and seller reach a consensus on their purchase, they can go to their offline platform to delivery and pick up the goods, respectively. And when the buyer confirms that the goods are fine, the platform will transfer the money paid by the buyer to the seller. For the subsequent design, I will study the behavior of these specific users in more depth to make adjustments to the design.
Yeah, my product is a mobile application because after research and literature findings, I found that many second-hand shops are somewhat limiting the format. Except for web page of offline trading platforms, perhaps we can take advantage of the higher usage and the convenience of the mobile phones to create a new mobile application that offer a more portable ways for the second-hand buyer community to spend their money. In this second-hand application, we can not only buy and sell second-hand goods, but we can also chat socially. Clearly found the second-hand community we can interest in and join them, and adding a fine express to every second-hand purchase. And in the application, we can clearly see the video effect of each items and even the seller's buyer's shows. This is our bibliography, and thanks for listening to our group.